So there is some bad weather coming in. With like it's blowing storm today. It's essentially.
You can't even tell if you look outside, but it's really strong.
And it's gonna cool off, like here in the mountains where we are. It's gonna cool off for the coming week. So we decided to go out east and to the beaches there because it's gonna be a lot warmer, less windy, and less rain. So we decided, why stay here?
We can move.
We go where the sun goes. This is Cornelia, and I'm Oscar, and this is Gimli, our van who's going to take us all over New Zealand from the very north to the very south. This time we're leaving the mountains behind and take the southeast coast of the South Island down from Oamaru to Bluff. Come join us on our New Zealand adventure. No, sorry, Saga. Our New Zealand Saga. There is still plenty of wind, but the rain has stopped, so before we're reaching the coast, we decided to do a quick hike. It's just a 1 hour hike, I think, back and forth to get some views of the landscape before we continue to the coast, because even though there's sun now, it's going to be a little bit colder here in the mountains. You want to add something?
Nope.
Okay. There might have been a tad more wind than we anticipated.
Look! There's geese walking on the lake.
We made it to the ocean. We took a hot shower at the aquatic center, and we have washed all of our clothes and bedclothes. So
It's been a reset day.
yeah,
And I feel so good, except that the pollen is really bad.
yeah, the pollen is really bad. My nose is stuffed.
I think our bodies are probably like, what are you doing? You're just chasing the worst pollen possible
Yeah.
for the second time this year. Yeah.
Oh well.
Rather take this over winter jacket and winter boots though.
Yeah. Wholeheartedly agree. We're gonna play some cards before we go to bed, and tomorrow we're gonna explore the city down up here.
And maybe see some penguins.
Penguins.
And apparently there's like steampunk headquarters,
Yeah.
museums. We're gonna check it.
Steampunk arts and sculptures and music, and movies. We're gonna check it out, so you don't have to.
You can't really see how steep it is though. But it's freaking steep.
If you film the walls there to the side. While we're waiting for the penguins to come in from the ocean, don't forget to like and subscribe. It would help us out a lot. We made our way to Dunedin, and Dunedin's maybe biggest claim to fame is that it has the world's steepest road, which of course we're going to, well, we're walking on right now actually. This is the best way to show how steep it actually is.
I wouldn't want to have my driveway here.
No. So we know that the next few days is going to be a little bit cooler and with the chance of rain, so that's why we decided to go to at least a little bit of a bigger town, because you have amenities and cafes that you don't have if you're out in the bush, which is sort of a shame because we don't get to experience the city when it's like good weather, but there at least there are things to do here. That's the
Talk about New Zealand bush. We've just last minute decided to do one of the great walks on the third island of New Zealand.
yeah.
So southernmost part of the southern island.
Yeah. So we're going there in a couple of days. Hopefully it's cleared up a bit by then. Otherwise we're gonna have a fun time.
Newly showered.
We're like new humans.
Ah, so nice. Now to Kmart.
Kmart? We went to New Zealand in order to get a second summer, but we're stubbornly going further and further south. And I know the videos are a bit off time-wise, but it's not Christmas yet, so like it's still pretty cool down here. At least we've avoided most of the rain, but if we'd been further north, it would be warmer at least.
Yeah, the distances here are pretty long. Like the roads are small and windy,
Yeah.
and I know that that's kind of New Zealand is what it's famous for, but it really does take a long time to drive anywhere here.
Yeah.
So
Right now we're, is it called Point Nugget or Nugget Cape or something? Nugget Point?
Nugget Point Lighthouse in the Catlins, so
Yeah.
like the southeast coast of the South Island, which
Yeah.
is very like rugged and wild. Yeah, we're just gonna take 3 days, I think, to go to Bluff from
Yeah.
here.
Because after that it's gonna clear up a little bit, so we can go to Stewart Island or...
And the reason we're always talking about like the weather is just because when you live in a van, when you are constantly camping and you spend most of your time outside, you are so dependent on, can I cook outside? Is the wind like too strong? Can I
Yeah.
use the cooker? Like, you know, so, and in the night it gets really cold and you have to like bundle up with all of your clothing. And in the morning when you wake up, it's pretty cold, and then you have to shed all the layers as the day goes on. And you know, you just go through like 5 different outfits a day, and it's just because you're spending all of your time outside.
We ended up buying hot water bottles. so we can put boiling water in it and keep some extra heat throughout the night.
Not just for the camper van, like for when we go to huts and like
Yeah.
sleep in our tent.
So we're hoping that this is gonna keep us a little bit warmer throughout nights.
See, weather dependent. It started raining, but we can just go into the car. Perfect.
Yes. Looks like we managed to dodge the rain. Why is that so hard to say?
It looks like we managed to dodge the rain.
Ah, shut up. We drove out in the middle of nowhere. It's like a gravel road for the past 15, 20 minutes. There are a lot of sheep here, but it's so beautiful.
They're just like eating grass around campsites. Like,
Yeah.
they're just walking sleep. This is the first time I see it, I think.
We might have been too early otherwise, but it's basically maintenance-free lawn mowing. Today's dinner is canned soup.
With strawberries.
Strawberries for dessert, some bread and avocado.
Nobody said every meal had to be fancy.
You're only able to access Cathedral Cave twice a day, or, well, during low tide. And sometimes low tide is in the middle of the night, and you're not able to access it then, because it's on Maori land. They allow people to go there for a fee of like $15 per person. And they only allow people into the cave if it's actually safe, because sometimes the sea is a bit rough, so it comes in a lot of waters through the openings. There are 2 openings, and today we were only allowed to enter one of them because the waves came in with such force in the other one from time to time.
They were like connected, so you could kind of see the other entrance.
You could see both corridors, even though you were only allowed to enter one cave, one opening. So just make sure, because they have a homepage where they update the opening times, because some days they're closed altogether. And so, like today, we were here in like 8 in the morning. And they also open around 7, 8 tonight because there's a low tide.
Yeah, and it's very remote, so like if you're going here, make sure to have stops along the way because also, I don't know, they close last minute, I've heard, and it can be,
we've read some frustration with them closing last minute, but like
it's for safety, so.
Yeah. Welcome to Niagara Falls, New Zealand. Ooh. How lucky are we with this sunset? And then we look a little bit to the north and it's all rain. We made it to Bluff, which is on the southernmost part of the southern island. And I read on the sign there, it's about 1,400 kilometers to Cape Reinga, where we started about a month ago. And I mean, it's about the length of New Zealand for anyone out there who doesn't use the metric system. We're going down to Stewart Island, which is even further south than New Zealand's 3rd largest island, but is more unknown. We just had to book the ferry ticket and accommodations. But it seems like our gamble to head down south paid off because the weather is finally getting better. But it's been bad on all of New Zealand when we check the weather, so it's been fairly unstable for the past week or 2.
We did talk to someone yesterday who did say that the weather has been uncommonly cold, which makes us feel better because this is not summer. It hasn't been summer. It's been more like spring, and especially the nights have been pretty cold.
Yeah.
So we know that it can only get better.
Fingers crossed.